Hello, and welcome to another album review. Today we are going to be reviewing Cerrone, Don't Look Down, from Sandbox Percussion, released the 21st of February, 2025. This is an album of compositions entirely by Christopher Cerrone and performed by Sandbox Percussion along with a few guest artists. It's described as a decade-long journey through sound, collaboration, and innovation, from the first sketches of Goldbeater's Skin in 2015 to the final touches on Ode To Joy in 2023. These works reflect Christopher Cerrone's deep connection and friendship with Sandbox Percussion. So who is Christopher Cerrone? He is a composer from New York, born in 1984. His work is characterized by a subtle handling of timbre and resonance, a deep literary fluency, and a flair for multimedia collaborations. Sandbox Percussion was formed in 2011 and is a percussion quartet made up of Jonathan Allen, Victor Cassese, Ian Rosenbaum, and Terry Sweeney. They are another one of our Percussive World's flagship ensembles. They are incredible, and I'm very excited to listen to this album from an amazing composer and an amazing quartet. This is a 54-minute long album that goes by quick. It has 4 major works on it. Several are multi-movement. Each one is very engaging, and we begin with, of course, by Christopher Cerrone, Don't Look Down, the title composition of the album. Don't Look Down also includes Connor Hannock on prepared piano. The first movement, Hammer Space, opens with a pounding techno beat, really energetic and engaging, full of sandpaper scrapes and dense layers of rhythm, muted piano strings punctuated by dramatic tam-tam scrapes into bass piano, just huge downbeats, keep a really strong EDM feel going. Every sound is almost synthesized, but with an acoustic richness that is really alluring. This is not what I expected to start the album, and that's not what I expected when I opened up the album, but this is a certified techno music, house music banger. It's incredible. So much fun. Hammer Space is followed by The Great Empty. The soundscape instantly broadens into an eerie and vast desolation. The text of the movement title of The Great Empty, along with the composition title of Don't Look Down, make you envision a wide plateau with nothing but terrifying emptiness all around you. This album has set its hook early. I was not ready for the intensity, but it's dragging me on a journey nonetheless. The production value on this movement is fantastic. Metallics are constantly reverberating in a luscious but unsettling way. The panning placement is also creepy. I'm quite excited for what's coming as the scrapes and sandpaper returns and all these sounds build into the final movement, Caton Flats. More comb-like scrapes and some pitched drums enter the mix. You're waiting for the piano to come back, and it finally does with a foreboding pulse. Sandpaper and other sound effects, scrapes and wipes return along with a stretching, creaking motif that I'm really wanting to crack open into a cacophony as the pinnacle of the piece, a dramatic focal point. I'm waiting for it as I listen. Let's see if it comes. It's not here yet. Things intensify, but then we return to the A section of the piece. Then we build some more tension. Then the piece plays the A section again, and then it just ends. Oh my goodness, this piece had me hooked. This was going to be a masterwork. I was going to say, I need to play this. I need more people to hear it. But it just ends on a cliffhanger. Where is season 2 of this piece? I think we really flubbed the ending here. There's a lot of praise for the composer to make a piece that hooked me and made me so invested in it, but also some blame for not sticking the landing. And that was disappointing. Everything about the piece was really incredible. I'm going to say Christopher Cerrone, this piece needs a 4th movement. Well, that deflated me. Apparently one of the shh sounds I attributed to a sandpaper block is a bicycle pump, and I'm going to need one to pump me back up for the rest of the album. Big missed opportunity here, but 2 movements at least of some really incredible sounds. Our next piece is A Natural History of Vacant Lots for quartet with electronics. A similar soundscape to movement 2 of the previous piece opens the work with reversed sounds and electronic additions from the digital part. Beautiful, meditative, and ambient. It's gorgeous. The piece unfolds slowly, nothing strays too far away. A click track is used and produces some really exquisitely aligned delay pedal echo effects. To contrast with the first piece, A Natural History of Vacant Lots also does not reach any sort of dramatic or romantic peak, but it also doesn't promise one to my ear. I'm very content just observing this vacant lot, a lovely meditation on abandonment. Our next piece on the album is Goldbeater's Skin for quartet and mezzo-soprano. The first movement is Apocastasis. There's a lot to digest right away, but it's all very enchanting. Lyrics I want to pay attention to, intricate blending of sounds between voice and percussion, a wide spectrum of ringing sounds. Multiple listens will likely be in order to fully appreciate the text painting. There's then an interlude titled Wood. Tuned wood slats continue reinforcing our harmonic image. I mean, I guess a marimba is tuned wood slats. These are just different tuned wood slats, like 2x4s, you know what I mean. Great splits and panning here, impressive performance and production. No vocals in the interlude. The third movement, In My Dream, has an absolutely lovely display of range from the mezzo-soprano Elspeth Davis. The vocals and percussion effects continue to blend intimately and seamlessly, pointing to both an exquisite performance and fantastic engineering. Our second interlude is Metal. Although we are on metal instead of wood, the musical material seems to mostly be the same, really highlighting a timbral difference rather than a compositional one. The fifth movement is My Companion and I. Guitars come into the mix here for these lovely rippling gestures as the singer describes a pond. The whole piece has been full of longing and wistfulness based on poems from G.C. Waldrop. This is a really sophisticated piece of art, from the individual performances to the depth of the writing as a whole. Our third interlude, Skin, well, the familiar interlude texture now on Skin becomes imposed upon by terrifying vocal punctuations of questions and answers. The interactions between vocalist and percussion quartet are now unsettling instead of peaceful. This is a wonderful movement, a narrative peak that you did not necessarily expect, but that needed to happen. It's an escalation of all the material we've heard so far. And the final movement, Against the Madness of Crowds, we return to contemplation and what seems to be resignation to a sort of melancholy. The balance between quartet and singer remains sublime. The musical material is mostly familiar at this point, save the penultimate statement of the singer, reaching a high tessitura in dramatic fashion to provide this piece a fantastic and thought-provoking closing. Quite a composition and performance. Congratulations to all those involved. And the final track of the album, Ode to Joy. Shushing and whistles provide a brand new sonic world to inhabit, creating the feeling of waves cresting on a shore that gazes out into a star-filled cosmic abyss. Rhythm begins to enter. It's amazing how important paradiddles are, even at the highest echelons of our art. A clock begins to tick and tensions rise, but are then swept away by the waves. Everything is metallic and ethereal. Relatively late in the piece, some rhythmic drum patterns enter only for moments at a time. The piece to me evokes more feelings of peace and contentment, but in Cerrone's notes about the work, it seems that choosing to feel those things is to choose to be joyful, a difficult thing. A very uplifting ending to a powerful album. This is an impressive album in composition, performance, and production. My rankings haven't dipped very low yet because of the albums I've chosen to review. Well, my goal isn't to rate them against some sort of all-inclusive universal scale, but rather at how well they execute their musical ideas. What are they trying to do, and how well does this album tap the potential of that idea? Goldbeater's Skin is an incredible piece that I'm quite impressed with. The other works are strong as well. I do really feel that Don't Look Down itself needs a fourth movement as the natural consequence of the musical material that is set up. Also, I feel Cerrone leans a bit too heavily on the resonant and on the metallic. This is a really wonderful piece of art, but the potential of the ideas within it, I feel, have room to develop, which is an exciting thing. 8 out of 10. Have you heard this album? Were you also hoping for some more techno in Don't Look Down? Do you think I'm crazy for wanting a fourth movement? What do you think about the lyrics in Goldbeater's Skin? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.